Children born after 1980 were not born digital. Nature did not change the way children were born. These children were not downloaded. They were born the old-fashioned way, just like all of us. No one is born digital. We're simply born into and influenced by the world that surrounds us. I am a digital mudblood. I have a foot in both camps. While I was born well before 1980, I've been exposed to computers since the early days of Apple. My first computer was an Apple IIe, and I would bet there are digital natives out there that don't know what that is. I've used technology throughout my adult life. I've had to adapt and learn quote-unquote new language many times. I believe that speaks to the strength of the immigrant. While my generation came of age before much of the current technology, like most immigrants throughout history, we have adapted and adapted well. I've heard it said that children today learn differently and that we must adapt to their way of learning. I reject this premise. I would postulate that this has been the case all along. I would postulate that each new generation is influenced by the times and their surrounding environment. My dad walked to school both ways uphill. I took the bus. Our brains still learned the same. Good teachers throughout history have adapted their thinking and their own learning to adjust to the changing times. Nothing has changed, just a few more tools in the toolbox. Teachers always need to be innovative and the classroom should always be engaging. I experienced this as a kid. Some classrooms were more engaging than others. Some teachers were better than others. This will continue to be the case. Technology has changed over the last 30 years. The way the human brain learns has not. Segregating really, digital natives and immigrants into different categories gives children an out, an excuse when they're not learning to say, "Hey Dad, Mr. Bachman is a digital mudblood. He doesn't see the world like I do." Hey, guess what, Billy? No one sees the world exactly like you do. Students need to realize this. They need to be taught this and adapt to it, just as teachers do, just as we all do in the real world. Learning should always be active and dialogical. Learning is a shared process. One doesn't need instant gratification to learn. One needs feedback from a caring and nurturing adult. In a study published in the Journal of Computers and Education entitled "Are Digital Natives a Myth or Reality? University Students' Use of Digital Technologies," no evidence was found to support popular claims that young people, digital natives if you will, adopt radically different learning styles. Students appear to conform to traditional pedagogies, albeit with minor uses of tools delivering content. The outcome suggests that although the calls for transformation in education may be legitimate, it would be misleading to ground the arguments for such change in students shifting patterns of learning and technology use. Digital natives and digital immigrants both have strengths and vulnerabilities. We complement each other. We should build on each other's strengths and bolster each other's vulnerabilities. We all have strengths and vulnerabilities. It's inherent in our humanness. It is our job as teachers to reach our students. Our teaching should complement their learning. It should be adaptable and guiding. We build authentic relationships in our lives by being who we are. Our teaching should be informed with the same authenticity. It is the authentic adult that makes connections. In modern times, we are all digital learners. Technology can and should be used in the classroom to enhance learning and to differentiate instruction. While I can learn facts from a computer, I cannot learn interpersonal skills and build lasting relationships based in mutual benefit and trust. This is left to humanity. Life consists of teaching moments and learning moments. We can all learn from each other. The Oregon Trail lesson plan that we adapted will enhance the learning for digital native and immigrant alike. We are all digital learners. We are using tools from the Techno Toolbox for engagement and reflection. Digital learners! Wagons! West! We are challenged as teachers to reach a group of kids that have grown accustomed to instant gratification. These kids will benefit from having to go to the library to seek in-depth and verifiable, yes, I said it, verifiable information. Instant access is sometimes instant access to misinformation and garbage. Not everything on the internet is true. That's right, you heard me correctly. I should note that this presentation is not technically the internet, so you can trust me on this one. The focal point of technology in the classroom should be to enhance education and differentiate instruction to meet the needs of all learners as best we can. We may find there are children born as digital natives that don't learn well with the technology and even have difficulty working with it.